Hey guys, Hayden here, and we're gonna do something a little bit new today. I'm finally done with school, so I can finally start making videos, which I love to do for you guys. But for a little start, just for something to throw out there, I'm gonna do a movie review on Spider-Man: Intro to the Spider-Verse, and I watched it twice now before I wanted to do this review because I wanted to make sure that I really enjoyed it, and watch it again really helps you see the things that you missed from the first time. So I watched it twice, and I gotta say, it's probably my second favorite Spider-Man movie out there, other than the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. This is probably my second favorite one out there, just because of just the dynamics between the characters, the way the story flowed, and the way it ended off on such a high note that they are obviously going to make some more Spider-Man Intro to Spider-Verse. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about kind of each things that I liked about it, and then I'm going to talk about things that I did not like about it. So the first thing I truly liked about it was actually the Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man, so Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and how they were basically their dynamic worked, and how the Spider-Man, you see the Spider-Man, that Peter Parker version that is just old and done with things and just so done with being Spider-Man to the point that he doesn't really want to help Miles learn how to be Spider-Man because he's just so focused on himself. And he's going through this midlife crisis, and I won't go into too much detail because I want to be spoiler-free, but just understand he's through the trailers that he's not going through an easy time right now, and that he's just trying to figure out where he went wrong. And Miles Morales, who's a new Spider-Man, obviously is yearning for a mentorship. And Peter Parker, which is voiced by the new version, is Jake Johnson, and then Miles Morales, who is voiced by Shameik Moore. Basically, those guys, their dynamic was hilarious, and there were so many funny parts I couldn't get into too much detail, but understand that their dynamic is what made the movie, for me at least. Now, the second thing I'm going to go into is the dynamic between Spider-Gwen, which is voiced by Hailee Steinfeld, which is awesome, and of course the Spider-Man Miles Morales by Shameik Moore. I'm sorry, and basically their dynamic was really cute and honest, and I think it kind of portrays to the comic books because, as you guys know, I'm a big comic book fan, so a lot of the story, which they went off the comic books, of course, to match the audience viewers, but I thought they were very true with some of the versions of Spider-Man that they hold to. And of course, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man versus the Gwen Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy Spider-Man, they actually have a thing, and you could tell it's like a high school thing where they want to be friends, but more than friends, but not really. And I thought it was kind of cute. They were joking with each other, and they just had a good dynamic. And then the third thing that I really liked about this movie was all the different versions of Spider-Man. Obviously, they had, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, the Peter Parker Spider-Man, two versions of Peter Parker, obviously, and you have to see the movie to find out which one's which. But the the Spider-Man version from Miles Morales universe is actually voiced by Chris Pine, which my sister loves, so I thought that was pretty awesome. And then, of course, they had the noir Spider-Man, and that was voiced by none other than Nicolas Cage, who was going to steal the Declaration of Independence throughout the movie, but obviously not. But I thought that was kind of cool. They also had, let's see here, they also had Peter Porker voiced none other than the comedian right here. What's his name? I'm sorry. I'm making sure I get all these names right. I'm looking at a website right now. John Mulaney, which he is a great comedian. I definitely suggest to see his stand-up comedies. But overall, yeah, John Mulaney played a perfect Spider-Ham. Now, of course, there's Penny Parker, the 3000 version of a Asian Spider-Man with a robot companion, voiced by Kimiko Glenn, which she did an amazing job. And they had the kind of the Japanese soundtrack with her, which was pretty awesome. And overall, yeah, the side cast was perfect. Aunt May, who was voiced by Lily Tomlin, and then Miles' parents, who were voiced by the mom, who was voiced by by Lauren Velez, who's a Spanish person, and then his dad, who's voiced by Brandon T. Henry, who's in Atlanta, the show, which is an awesome show. You should definitely check that out too. But overall, each one of their side characters actually really made the movie. And of course, the villain, Kingpin, voiced by Liev Schreiber, which is the guy who played Sabretooth in the Wolverine series. Pretty awesome guy, pretty good as Kingpin. Very dark and scary tone, very calm, but loses self-control, which that also made it for me. Now, the only complaint I have about the side characters, of course, is that they wish they would have spent more time on them. Of course, the movie was very long, and about 2 hours, and they couldn't squeeze in that much time to explain exactly who, Spider-Man Noir is, Spider-Ham, and Penny Parker. But overall, they did really good job with it, I thought. But yeah, no, I really have no complaints for this movie, honestly. It's really good. You should go and see it right away if you haven't already. And go check it out. The dynamics between each character is awesome. I'm not going to give away too much. This is spoiler free, but just know it's a really good movie. And thank you guys so much for listening. I'm sorry about the content so far, but I'm hoping since I'm done with school finally, I'm going to be able to make a little bit more videos every day. You guys keep liking, subscribing. Please spread out, obviously spread out. Let everyone know that I'm making these videos. And if you want more content like this, just let me know. And leave your comments about the movie, obviously. And please contact me on Facebook, the YouTube comments, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever you guys can, and spread it out. Keep sharing. I'm loving the feedback I'm getting. People are telling me how they feel, and keep telling me. I really like the feedback. I need it. I need to know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. And just let me know, guys. I honestly really care about this, and I love making these great content videos for you guys. And yeah, like I said, subscribe and like. Talk to y'all later.